Star Trek Enterprise Season 4. This episode is called United. Yes. Okay, well, I'm going to be back to shilling again for this episode, for this series. If you remember, the first two seasons, love them. Season 3, it's okay. Season 4, we are getting a kind of a great blend of the season 3 action, but you're still getting concepts and good stories that you got in season 1. So this is kind of like a great little season. I think a lot of people like season 4. I think some people think season 3 is awesome and some people don't think it's that great. 1 and 2 is generally thought of, in my opinion, 1 and 2 are just amazing. That's the best for me, 1 and 2. I'd say 2, 1, 4, 3 maybe, if that was going to be my order. But anyways, I really do like this entire series. One season, if it had gone on for 7 seasons and it was all the quality of, let's say, season 4, then I would have been completely good with the whole series. But we're going to talk about this episode using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get. I'm going to give the storyline a 2. I love Andorians, man. They're so cool. I like ice stuff. I like the blue skin. I like the whole package. Obviously, Shran is just one of my favorites. If Shran is in an episode, there's a good chance it's going to get a very high score. This is continuing on from the last episode where they're trying to find out who's behind these attacks by this ship that can morph itself into different looking ships, match the energy signatures and whatever, right? Weapon signatures and all that. But there's a way to detect it, and you find out that the pilot is this sort of weird hybrid Andorian guy, which we'll get to in the next episode, but that's just kind of a stinger in this one. Basically, the Tellarites and the Andorians got to team up with Starfleet to take down this Romulan drone thing. I love Romulans. This has Vulcans, Romulans, and Andorians, basically the 3 best races in my opinion. Klingons are okay. I guess they'd be top 5. I also love the Borg, but that's not really a race. It's more just like some kind of infection or something, a disease. But yeah, man, I like this storyline. They got to team up. Archer and so the girl Talis, I think was her name. She was great. She passes away. Shran is not happy. He challenges the ambassador, or the aide, I guess, who shot her, to a duel, just like Andorian tradition, but Archer takes his place. They have a fight. It's pretty cool. All the stuff that you learn about Andoria is really neat. This is a middle part. This is another part to this. At the end, you find out the stinger that the pilot of the drone is this weird sort of, and it's like an Andorian, but he looks weird. He's very pale, a very pale Andorian, and his eyes are kind of weird. So you're like, okay, what's going on with that? You'll find out in the next one. So I love the story. 2 out of 2. Absolutely was just dying over it. Pacing 2 out of 2 because everything was super fast pacing. I was biting my nails. I was getting into it. I was like, oh, what's going to happen here? I love how Archer cuts off one of the antennae and then that throws off his balance. And so good. All that stuff was great. The artistry for this one, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2 because everything looks cool. A lot of fights, a lot of great makeup, a lot of aliens now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really into this season of Star Trek Enterprise. I think it's just damn good. If push comes to shove, I always want the more episodic style, where you learn something about a race, whatever. However, these 2-parters, they're now it's going into 2 3-parters, that kind of a thing, 2 or 3 parts. I'm okay with that as a compromise to the people who liked season 3. So I think you've got this thing where a lot of people like season 3 is just one long epic battle story, and you're like, okay, you're getting into it. And then some people are like, well, I don't like that. So this is your compromise season. I like it. I'm liking it. Characters, I'm giving it 2 out of 2, man, because I love everybody. Archer is back. It's the real Captain Archer again, not that crazy guy. I don't know. Archer is just back to just being awesome again for me in this one. He's a great character. Loved him in this. Loved all the characters, obviously. Shran. Even the Tellarite guys were really cool, too. Yeah, everything was good in this one. So enjoyment factor, 2 out of 2. I loved it. 10 out of 10. Shill time. I'm going to be shilling for the next few. I've already watched ahead of the whatever videos I'm shooting. So there's going to be some shiller time coming up. That's guaranteed. If you like my space system, even though I just gave this a 10 out of 10, you're thinking, well, how is this a 10 out of 10? Well, it's 10 out of 10 because I think it's a 10 out of 10. I loved it. Please remember to like the video and consider subscribing, and that's it. Until next time.